morning, everyone.
As President Donald Trump's levy on steel and aluminum goes into effect,
it is an existential threat to our country, and we will fight for every single job.
Canada hits back.
25% reciprocal tariffs on an additional $29.8 billion of imports from the United States.
Launching counter tariffs targeting steel and aluminum, but also American computers, cast iron goods, and sporting equipment that will come into effect Thursday morning.
I think the tariffs are going to be the greatest thing we've ever done as a country.
President Trump says his initial tariffs would help create U.S. factory jobs. Canadian officials disagree.
This is going to increase the price of construction. This is going to increase the price of car. This is going to increase the price in the defense industry. It will put thousands of jobs at risk.
The countermeasures come as LeBlanc and Ontario Premier Doug Ford are set to meet with U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick in Washington tomorrow.
Let's work together. Cooler heads have to prevail here.
En route to becoming Prime Minister, Canada's new Liberal leader, Mark Carney, says he's prepared to take over this economic fight.
I'm ready to sit down with President Trump at the appropriate time under a position where there's respect for Canadian sovereignty, and we're working for a common approach.
Carney will be sworn in as Canada's 24th Prime Minister on Friday. In BC, officials are promising to bring more measures soon.
The president continues to isolate America from the rest of the world. It's a shame. We should be avoiding these tariffs if we can, but clearly the president wants to advance, and so we're going to continue to respond.
On Monday, Premier Eby promised further legislation to come, while mentioning that he wants Ottawa to put a tax on the millions of tons of thermal coal BC exports for big coal producers like Wyoming and Montana.
We're encouraging them to have a good look at it because it seems like a helpful target.
In the meantime, G7 foreign ministers will be convening for a meeting in Quebec tomorrow. When asked if becoming a 51st U.S. state would be on the agenda, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio was respectful.
And that's not what we're going to be discussing in our trip here. So they're the host nation.
Tomorrow, all eyes will be on Doug Ford and Canada's finance and industry ministers for their talks with the Trump administration. If the tariffs aren't dropped, the federal government is vowing to launch more retaliatory measures in 3 weeks.